All rise. Please be seated. Welcome, 2017 Adult High School, GED, and TASK graduates. This is your day, and you have earned it. Let's give them a hand. My name is Michelle Dixon, and I am the Interim Dean of College and Career Readiness. We are here to celebrate our graduates, and it is my honor to celebrate this milestone with you. Here to welcome our Spanish GED graduates is one of our academic advisors, Mr. Eusebio Velez.
Un cordial saludo a todos y bienvenidos al Colegio Universitario de Forsyth Tech. Hoy queremos felicitar a los graduados en sus días de logro. Sabemos que su camino hasta este punto en su vida ha sido lleno de muchos retos personales. Sin embargo, hoy es un día culminante y significativo para todos. Hoy es el comienzo de un nuevo capítulo en sus vidas, uno lleno de nuevas oportunidades académicas, profesionales y experiencias personales. Recuerden que hoy es el comienzo de nuevos sueños y nuevas metas y esperamos que ustedes sean exitosos en todo lo que busquen hacer en sus vidas. Gracias por confiar en nosotros y en nuestra capacidad como institución académica para servir como el vínculo de su educación y logro. De parte de Forsyth Tech, les felicitamos, les honramos y les deseamos todo lo mejor. Gracias. Buenas noches.
Thank you. I would like to take a moment to welcome family and friends. Graduates, please join me in showing appreciation for all of their support by giving them a round of applause. I would also like to welcome our vice presidents and the Career and College Readiness staff for all their work and constant support, which makes this program such a success. A big thank you to our Transitional Learning Center, who has made it possible to video and put this out live on YouTube. You'll find the link at the bottom of your program, and you'll be able to go back and view this graduation ceremony again in the future. One last recognition with which this graduation ceremony would not be possible is our graduation committee, who invested many hours to make this evening a success. Before we get started, I have just a few housekeeping items to cover. To help keep this event enjoyable for everyone, please take a moment to turn off all of your electronic devices. As the graduates' names are called, please refrain from talking or yelling or any loud noises so that we can hear their name and they can get the recognition that they deserve. I would also request that you remain in your seat and hold all applause until the graduates have all been recognized. One last item, as your graduate leaves at the end of the ceremony, please stand and wait until all the graduates have exited before leaving your seat. Thank you for helping us make this such a memorable event for everyone. So are you ready to get started? You've been waiting a long time for this, haven't you? And so we are excited with you. I'm pleased to introduce our soloist, Tion Vincent, who is an academic advisor as well as our disability services liaison for our division. And joining her on keyboard is Mr. Christopher Glenn. He is a graduate of our electric lineman program of EWD and the son of Pam Glenn, who is one of our instructional coordinators for college and career readiness. After their portion of the program is complete, it is also my honor to welcome to the stage Dr. Alan Murdoch. He is our Vice President of Economic and Workforce Development. He will introduce our keynote speaker for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. There we go. Congratulations on your accomplishment. So one of my colleagues asked me what I was going to sing, and I told her, and she said, "Can't you just sing something else? People always sing that." So I said, okay. So I went into my creative space, and I just decided to see what came to me as far as what could speak to you all maybe, as far as what you've been through. And so I've been where you are, and it's good to have someone to help you along the way, be it a parent or a significant other or your higher power or whoever. But it's always good to have someone who can walk with you or hold your hand or be that listening ear. So I'm going to sing for you a snippet of Walk With Me, and then I'll do a poem. Walk with me, oh, walk with me, walk with me, oh, walk with me. While I'm on this tedious journey, oh, I need you to walk with me and hold my hand, oh, somebody hold my hand, hold my hand, oh, hold my hand. While I'm on this tedious journey, oh, I need you to hold my hand and hear my plans, oh, hear my plans, hear my plans, oh, hear my plans while I'm on this tedious journey. Hear my plans, oh, please hear my plans. A letter from the graduate, to whom it may concern. As I go to the next phase of my life's journey, I don't know what to expect. But what I do know is that in this very moment, I can hold my head high with self-respect. Because I did it. I finished. I saw myself through until the end. Along the way, I met new people and maybe even gained a lifelong friend. Everyone's path is different. Not every day filled with glory. Maybe you could understand my excitement if you only knew my story. So today, walk with me as I walk across this stage, because when I receive my diploma, I am entering into a new phase. Sincerely, the graduate.
Thank you, Ms. Vinson. You guys hear me back there? All right. I hope. We'll find out in a second. If you're following along on the program, my name is Alan Murdoch. And, well, hello. Good evening. We beat the snow. I guess that's tomorrow. On behalf of Dr. Gary Green, President of Forsyth Technical Community College, and our Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome everyone, and a special congratulations to our graduates tonight. I, too, would like to extend my congratulations to all of you. You've worked hard. We don't give these out. I make sure that we don't give these out. You had to earn them, so congrats. You've done well. I hope you take your degrees in hand and move forward. Some of you may go join the workforce. Actually, I spoke to a lot of these folks beforehand. Some of them are already in the workforce and getting promotions because they obtained this credential tonight. Some of them are considering going back to school, most of which are going to come to Forsyth Tech. Some are going to another school we won't talk about. But I want you to, all of you that are thinking about coming back to us this spring or maybe even this fall and coming back to Forsyth Tech to continue your education, I want you to make smart decisions. I want you to know what you're getting into. I want you to know that we have two-year degrees here where the starting salary is $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to start after a two-year investment in yourself. If you don't believe me, here's a book. Get one on your way out. It tells you which degrees start off at $72,000 a year after 2 years with us. That's for the graduating class. Those of you in the audience, you're welcome to take a book as well. We'd love to have you as a student too. Enough of that. Tonight I have the pleasure of introducing a friend of mine as your keynote speaker. So let me tell you a little bit about my friend. There's a lot to tell about my friend. Anna Marie Smith has spent more than 25 years building expertise as a human resources professional. As a senior vice president for Wachovia and subsequently Wells Fargo, she led projects and teams in a variety of disciplines, including human resources, recruiting, learning and development, and mergers and acquisitions. She has earned the reputation for being a skilled diversity and inclusion practitioner, leading and coaching individuals and teams across the U.S. Anne Marie is the Chief Human Resource Officer for Forsyth Technical Community College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Her specialties or areas of expertise include human resources, change management, career and leadership development, mentoring, retention, recruiting, organizational redesign, diversity and inclusion, team effectiveness, employment readiness, and learning and development. Wow. Anna Marie earned her undergraduate degree from Indiana University of Pennsylvania and a master's degree in business administration from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Anna Marie has also served her community for years. She is the past board chair for the Children's Home Society of North Carolina and currently serves on their foundation board. She is past board chair for the Forsyth Humane Society and serves on their board of directors. Anne Marie also serves on the board of Family Services of Forsyth County as a vice chair and is the 2017 co-chair of the Winston-Salem Arts Council annual campaign. Anna Marie lives in Winston-Salem, North Carolina with her husband and 2 daughters. Please welcome my friend Anna Marie Smith.
Hello and good evening. It is my honor to stand in front of these men and women who have accomplished something significant, something to be proud of. I have a few points that I'd like to share with you tonight, but of course I'm very cognizant of the fact that I am standing between you and those very special things over there. So I will be brief, but I would like to share a few things with you. But let me first start with congratulations. I had chills when you walk in because I appreciate what you've gone through to get here tonight, and I want to start with congratulations. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Sitting in that chair and people out there so proud of you. Let me start with my first point around what I call this rule of consequences. I learned this several years back from a friend of mine. His name is Bill. He is an old friend. Figuratively, he is an old friend. My husband and I have been friends with Bill and his wife Jane for about 20 years. But Bill is also literally old. Bill is 88. So he is an old friend. And I consider Bill one of my very best friends. Bill told me several years ago, he said, Anna Marie, do you understand this idea of consequences? And I said, yeah, consequences. When you make a bad decision, there are bad consequences. He said, no. Consequences take one of 2 paths. If you make a poor decision, there are bad consequences. But if you make good decisions, there are good consequences. So I try to approach life like that, and when I thought about being with you here tonight, I thought about tonight is the result of your good decisions. It's a great consequence of you being here tonight. That's the rule of consequences. The second thing I want to share with you is that I've learned that the microphone is always on. And what I mean by that is, not literally, the microphone is always on, but let me share a very brief story with you that helps to illustrate this in a somewhat funny way. Some years back, in our work, we were on conference calls a lot, and we were on a conference call. There was about 50 people there. I was just a participant. I had no special role in this call, and we were with people all over the country, and we couldn't see each other, but you can only hear one another. And so you really paid attention to what people said because that was the only form of your information. So we were all in this conference call, and we also knew the rule was when you had to be interrupted, someone perhaps stepped up to your desk and they needed to ask a question, you'd press your phone on mute, you'd step away, and you'd answer the question, and then you'd come back to the call. You were never gone too long, otherwise you might miss something critical. Well, we were on this call. There were about 50 people on the call. We all had introduced ourselves, so we had some pretty good idea who each other was. And so one of the people on the call had a need to make a doctor's appointment while we were on the call. So what she should have done was press the mute button and went to take her call to make her doctor's appointment, but she failed to press the mute button. So all 49 of us heard when her next doctor's appointment would be, what time it would be, and why she needed to go to the doctor. So while it was a bit awkward for us, it was much, much worse for her when she realized what she had done. So my point being is that the microphone is always on in life. And what I mean by that is someone's always watching you. And I don't mean the big brother thing. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean is that every single one of you have someone or more than one people watching you. They are watching what you do. They are watching how you react to challenges. They are listening to what you say. They are watching you. And you are leading and coaching and they are learning from you. So do not fail on that responsibility, because I promise you, someone is looking at you. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a neighbor, it might even be someone you don't even know. They could be someone sitting in a church pew that just watches you from a distance, or someone in the classroom. You may not know who they are, but I can promise you that there are people watching you to see how you behave in your life, and they are learning from you. It is a big responsibility. Take that very seriously. And the last point I would share with you is I would ask you to find your best self. Find the best in yourself. Embrace it, love it, and live it. Now, I say that like that's easy, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's hard to be the best of yourself because life throws challenges at you. It throws some difficult curveballs, some very unpredictable, some things we don't ask for. You've had your challenges, and I've had mine. One last story I will share with you is about my mother. My mother at 17 conceived me. She was single and alone, and she quit high school. She didn't see any other alternative. So she raised me as a single mother. It was me and her. So in a weird kind of way, we grew up together. So I graduated from high school, and I had a dream to go to college, and that I did. I went to college 2 hours away from my hometown in Pennsylvania, just 2 hours away. And I would tell you, 2 hours could have been halfway around the world, because that was far to me. I had never been away from home. I was scared, I felt helpless, and I felt very alone. Do you ever feel heartbroken? Has anyone had a broken heart in your life? Maybe a first love, maybe someone who passed away in your life. Do you feel the physical ache that's in your chest? It's literally a physical pain that you feel. I felt that. That's the first semester I was at school, I was terrified. My chest literally ached. And I remember one night in the dorm room, it was dark, I think it was damp, it was a kind of a fall evening, and I went to the payphone and I called my mother. And I had this big lump in my throat, and I held back the tears and I said, "Mom, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I'll make it." You know what my mother said? Not what you might expect. My mother said, "Pack your bags. I'm coming to get you right now." I don't think, by the way, that's what a mother should say. But she did say that. Now, I didn't know then, and I'm not sure I quite know now why I reacted the way I did, but it stunned me what she said. "I'll come get you right now. Pack your bags." She was giving me exactly what I was asking for. I wanted out. I wanted out of the fear and the unknown. I wanted to go home. Something came over me, I don't know what, and I said, "Let's give it another week." That week turned into 4 years. So I share that story with you because sometimes normal feels good. Sometimes safe feels good. And I would encourage you to reach beyond your lines of normalcy. Reach beyond that safe place, because those are where your greatest rewards will be. Go beyond what you know. Reach for heights greater than what you think you are capable of, and before you know it, you are looking back, looking in that very small circle that you played and lived within and wondering how you ever broke out of that. So my 3 points to you tonight is know the rule of consequence. Remember that the microphone is always on. There's someone out there. There's someone looking at you and watching and being inspired by you. And lastly, find your best, true, authentic self. Be the best you can be and embrace it and love it so others can love you for it. This is the beginning of a new adventure for you. Do not stop here. There is so much more for you to do. I don't know you, but I am proud of you. I look at each and every one of you, and I am proud at what you have done, because I know it wasn't always easy. And I'll also tell you that Forsyth Tech is proud of you. They are proud to have been able to walk along with you during this journey of your life, this very special time in your life. The Forsyth Tech had a part in that, and they are proud of that too. So thank you for allowing this institution to be a part of that journey. And we'd love to hear more stories about where your journey continues. So I'll end where I began, and that's with a congratulations. You deserve a congratulations. And when you leave tonight, at the end of the ceremony, and you hear that applause, the roar that you will hear across this room, I want you to savor it. I don't want you to take it for granted. I want you to soak in it, listen to it, and appreciate it. And I want that applause that you hear tonight to carry you for months and years from now. Let it be the catalyst for you to do great and wonderful things. We wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Anna Marie, for that keynote speech. I actually wrote down those points so I can go back and remember them, and I'll go back and watch this graduation ceremony so I can enjoy seeing your faces as you receive those diplomas again and remembering those great points that you gave us. Thank you. All right, so now it's time to recognize our graduates. If the front row will stand, please. Thank you.
We will begin with the recognition of graduates. Vamos a comenzar con el reconocimiento de los graduados. We'll begin with the adult high school and then afterwards with the high school equivalency. Kelly Ann Barrett. Holly Grace Brubaker. Shayna Michelle Garcia. She has a CNA designation. Savannah Lynn Pineda. Latrice Wolfie Anderson. Job Readiness Certificate. Eric Esteban Alonso Martinez. Ruth Marie Brinkle. Cole Iris Charlotte. Brian Allen Clayton. Angela Marie Craddock. Kristen Lauren Fan. Taya Iyana Farrow. Naima Fabre Fleming. Kendall Lee Goss. Lisa Michelle Goolsby. Mackenzie Lee Grubbs. Deshaun David Hairston. John Robert Hayes IV. Eric Matthew Jones. Corey Brett King. Brian Taylor Ledbetter. Monica Nicole Lindsay. Tenoris De Juan Lofton. Aileen Yajaira Bolanos Luna. Kalia Lene Martin Taylor. Wakpa Michael. Donovan Daquan Newkirk. Ojulu Dio Omote. Marlene Panchi Colon. Tumaini Perry Patillo. Macrina Jarkin Prudente. Elizabeth Ramirez Silva. Nicholas Edward Rupchan. Tara Michelle Smith. Janice Renee Tingen. Wilfredo Toledo Jr. Caitlin Bay. Camerina Vital Hernandez. Last but not least, David Nelson Yee.
All right, now that you've all been seated, graduates, please rise. As the ceremony ends, let me be the first to congratulate you as new graduates now, entering into the next phase of your life. I wish you all the best that life has to offer. You may now turn your tassels. In honor of the graduates, please join us by standing and remain at your seat until all have been dismissed. Please note that your graduate will be able to come back into the auditorium for pictures after the recessional is complete. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you again for joining us. Be sure to check around your seats, make sure you grab all your personal belongings, and have a great evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all you did. Glad the cards worked out since the lining up still didn't. It still got off, so that worked perfect. Thank you so much.